Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This week we saw some very disturbing events in the Polish government as they decided to outlaw, to ban citizens and people in the country from expressing Polish complicity with the Holocaust, going as far as to ban the term Polish death camps related to the Shoah. It is true that the Nazis invaded Poland in 1939. It is true that the concentration camps and death camps were indeed Nazi death camps. However, it is also extremely important to acknowledge the role that Poland and the Polish people played in the Holocaust. Being the son of a Holocaust survivor, my late father was born in Krakow. My late father survived 5 years of Nazi concentration camps and the Krakow ghetto. He was a slave for 5 years. His entire family was killed. And I remember my late father explaining that before the Shoah ever happened, the anti-Semitism in Poland was so palpable, before the Germans ever arrived, that there were times in which his family, his parents, would not allow him to leave the house. On Easter every year, my late grandparents who were killed in the Holocaust would not allow their children in the streets of Krakow, even in their neighborhood, which had a majority of a Jewish population at that point. We know that there were tens of thousands of non-Jewish Poles who have been recognized as righteous Gentiles. But considering the fact that there were almost 3.5 million Jews in Poland before the Shoah, and barely 500,000 of them survived the Holocaust, we know that there must have been help from the citizens of Poland in order to commit this atrocity. For if the Poles had not assisted, and a passive or in an active way, it is impossible that a tragedy of this magnitude could ever have occurred. I do not believe that the genocide would have been possible. This coming Shabbat, we read Parshat Yitro. In this Torah portion, the Israelites received Torah from God at Har Sinai. And the Torah tells us that the Israelites saw the voice of God. Samson Raphael Hirsch, the late father of modern Orthodoxy from Germany, says and asks, how is it possible that the Israelites could see the voice of God? And he explains that this means that they saw all of the things that happened around the theophany. They saw the lightning. They saw all of the actions. And because of that, they saw history with their own eyes. Not only did they see the actions of the reception of Torah, but they saw history. They brought history into themselves, and thus the reception of Torah became part of them. That is who we are as a people. We know our history. We know what has happened to us. In an article in the Haaretz, Judy Maltz explains that another survivor of the Holocaust, an actor who was born in Poland and survived the Shoah, moved to Israel, Shmuel Atzmon explains that we know what happened to us in the Holocaust. We know what happened to our people. But what's unfortunate about this particular bill is that the Polish people, the citizens of Poland, are being denied the reality of history. And while we will always know what happened to us, the Poles may not. And that is the worst thing about this particular law. Shabbat Shalom.